you gonna tell me that you got tickets for the Preds coming to town on Saturday night?
Can't you see I'm busy right now trying to do some yoga, trying to relax after such an easy Preds full 60-minute victory over Calgary tonight?
You're not answering my question, Johnny. I'm going with you to the game, right?
No, because I don't have the strength to worry about the safety of both of us wandering into Canucks territory for the first time in 3 years on Saturday. Again, my arms aren't so used to this. This is only the fourth one of this short season, 11 games in. But everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators go into Calgary, Alberta on Thursday night, and they defeat the Calgary Flames in the Scotiabank Saddledome by a final score of 4-1. This time with a victory, they only had to stop a 2-game losing streak on pretty much a wire-to-wire full 60-minute effort victory. Now, can they actually on this road trip finally regroup and build on this? Well, let's dissect this game first and then we'll forecast that part. Some lineup changes coming into this game that were much needed after that cluster bleep that was Tuesday night in Edmonton. Saros gets a night off. We're obviously watching and hoping he doesn't play as much as he did last season, so that by the time, if the Preds make the playoffs this year, he'll be much better rested. And for the stretch run when we get to March, that he'll actually be able to play to make sure the Preds get a comfortable playoff spot. Lankinen gets to start in this game, as for the games he's played this season, it hasn't been really his fault for the one game that he lost. Also, after Tuesday night's defeat in Edmonton, Kiefer Sherwood was put on waivers. Nobody claimed him, so he was sent down to Milwaukee, and Mark Janikowski was called up. This is his first game playing against a team that drafted him in the first round back in 2012, so you hope he would get something going. And with John Hines' lineup, I was a little bewildered that Jankowski wasn't put on the second line, since he was one of Milwaukee's top scorers. And I know a lot of Preds fans were fine of him being on the fourth line, but I just thought that he would be fired up coming into this game. And we still have this situation of Cody Glass being scratched. Also with this lineup realignment, you've got Zach Sanford playing on the second line. We'll see if that can finally work and support the first line, and the Herd line is kept together. Eventually, though, as they haven't been up to what we were used to last year, the Herd line, I could see Tanner Jeannot finally getting a promotion to see if he can get himself going, since he scored so many goals last year, and try to give that first line support by firing up that second line. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Let's dissect the game. In the first period, the Preds, with a lot of jump early, they're hungry. They're pissed off at themselves after Tuesday night. They've got a lot of jump. The Flames are really slow in this game. They had a bad game against Seattle on Tuesday night. They're getting barely any shots. The Preds are earning their chances. They draw 2 power play opportunities in the first period and don't score on either of them, but they had some good looks. And just under a minute left to go in the first period, just when you thought this game might go to the first intermission scoreless, loose play going down the right wing board into the Flames zone. You've got Michael McCarron, and he just sends a soft looper over through 2 Flames defensemen to the man who just got called up from Milwaukee, Mark Janikowski, number 17. No, not this number 17 jersey. That's the Redemption jersey. Mark Janikowski knocks the puck down, gets control of it, fires it home past Markstrom into the Flames net. 1-0 Preds after the first. Second period starts, and you think the Flames are finally going to maybe wake up and give the Preds some pushback, especially because the Flames have been floundering as of late. But nope, the Preds keep it rolling. Matt Duchene receives a long, lofty pass from Jeremy Lauzon. He's at the blue line. He stays on side. Oh, chef's kiss that Matt Duchene was able to stay on side. He could have skated it alone, but you know what he does? Unselfishly, he says, Philip, here you go. And Philip Forsberg says, thank you. He skates in all alone, untouched. He's got all day to fire it past Markstrom, glove side, high, in a net. It's 2-0 Preds. And I'm like, good, here we go. Maybe I feel a little bit more comfortable now. This is the Preds I know and love in this game. As coming into this game, I should have known ahead of time that the Preds had won 6 of their last 8 visits to Calgary. And maybe that should have filled me with more confidence from the start of the game, because the Preds keep it rolling again. Dylan Dubé is stupid, and he takes an elbowing call, putting the Preds on the power play. Preds do indeed keep it going on the power play as Ryan Johansson passes it to my captain, Roman Josi, and he fires it from the point through a screen that Markstrom cannot see the puck coming. It's in the net. Preds pour it on. It's 3-0 Preds. Houghton Sissons would go on to interfere with Elias Lindholm, giving the Flames a chance, but they really can't get anything going to this point in the game as we reach closer and closer to the second intermission. And it's at this point when I hearken back to the Titans-Texans game that until garbage time, I could have been doing yoga during that game and this game. I felt no stress at all. Unlike Tuesday night, after the Preds had extended their lead to 3-0, the rest of the period goes by like a breeze. Preds lead this game 3-0 after 2 periods. Well, as the third period commences, not even 2 minutes into the third period, a bit of me gets nervous for a moment, thinking that I may have spoken too soon, as Blake Coleman on a pass from Backlund is able to get the Flames on the board. It's like, oh crap, did I just jinx it with how I was talking at the end of the second period and in the intermission? But nope, that would really be the only push that the Flames would give the Preds, as they had some chances, nothing consistent, nothing repetitive that the Preds or the fan base had to be scared of. The Preds had some chances to increase their lead, but they couldn't with Markstrom in net as we wind down into the second half of the third period. Flames would get a couple of close calls after they pulled Markstrom with under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Eventually, though, Preds are able to take the puck from the Flames in the neutral zone. Mikael Granlund unselfishly passes it to Matt Duchene. He puts it into the empty cage, putting this one to bed, making the Preds, at least for one night, forget about Tuesday night's debacle. The final score in this game, Preds 4, Flames 1. Now that was the response this fan base was hoping for, and this team, I was thinking, expected out of itself after Tuesday night's debacle. Like I alluded to in the intro to this fan reaction, honestly, I was never nervous throughout this game. I wasn't really that nervous even after they broke Lankinen's shutout, and he performed well, giving Saros the night off with his 29 saves in this game. Overall, great performance, Preds. You won the game, you had more shots on goal, you won more face-offs, you scored a power play goal, you killed off every Flames power play against you. They had more hits, but you had more blocks and less giveaways. Overall, a sound game. Now, can you generate your second winning streak of the season, it only being 2 games Saturday? Because for this road trip to really be worth it in the eyes of the fan base, you need to win 2 of the next 3 to ensure you won at least 3 of 5. Maybe you can really spoil us and win the last 3 games of the road trip to really instill some confidence in this fan base. Oh, and by the way, if you hadn't heard me alluding to it before, Saturday night against the Canucks, I will be in attendance. Please, please get me a W and any other Preds fans who will be at that game. We're going to be surrounded by Canucks fans. Pray for our safety. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching as always. Click a like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption. And Preds Nation, for the first time in 3 years, on Saturday, I will be going to a Preds game in person.